Good morning. It is Tuesday. What are we on? December 10th. So I'm going to go ahead and say this now before things start to unfold. Tomorrow afternoon, probably through the weekend, through the full moon, I think we're going to hit another round of like, what the hell is happening out in the world type of energy. So definitely slow down a bit right now and make sure that you're like finding your grounded space, because things are going to start popping off again. It's going to be like this for a while. So really make sure that you're getting your feet on the ground right now, and going forward, so you're not in a reactive state. Mars being retrograde right now is getting a lot of people in an egotistical, dramatic, reactive state. So really make sure that you're taking the time for yourself to settle down. Right now, the moon is still in Aries today for the remainder of the day. That's still putting that Mars retrograde in charge. Our subconscious, our emotional state, those are all being ruled by Mars retrograde in Leo. So today could be a bit on the spicy side for sure. The moon is going to make a sextile to Jupiter retrograde. This is an opportunity to kind of have some conversations, maybe have conversations about things from the past, maybe where things weren't quite settled yet, the very unfinished business type of energy. But then the moon's also going to make a trine to the sun. And of course, the sun is ruling that Mars retrograde. And there's real potential this evening, tonight, to see some like real dramatic displays. But it's a wide open path to show up for yourself as well, and make sure that you're speaking up for yourself. Venus is still in that sextile to the North Node, so there is this moving forward for yourself energy for sure going on today, speaking up for yourself. But something I did not catch yesterday that I noticed this morning is that Venus is besieged. It is stuck between a rock and a hard place. We have Saturn in Pisces on the one side, that is authority, using manipulation tactics to keep you in control. And then we have Pluto in Aquarius on the other side, power and control over the people, of the people, so on and so forth. So no matter which direction Venus goes, it's like not, like it can't go anywhere. It's like it's just stuck there in the middle of this, right? And Venus in Aquarius is like beneficial to humanity type of energy. Now it's a personal planet, so it doesn't play out like in a huge way, but its interactions with the other planets are playing out on a collective level because of that mutual reception with Uranus retrograde happening in Taurus. Essentially what's happening here is Venus is receiving some very uncomfortable messages. Uranus is a messenger, just like Mercury is, but Mercury is like talking to you. It's having a conversation. It's saying, hey, this is what's going on, right? Uranus is the one that starts yelling when you're not listening. If you're not listening to Mercury, Uranus is going to start screaming at you to get your attention. And it's these uncomfortable messages that's really trying to like get your attention, because we haven't been paying attention collectively for a hot minute, okay? And Venus is like in the state where it's trying to deliver these messages, but it's really stuck, like it's being held down from delivering these messages. So that being said, the energy of the day is the Queen of Swords. The Queen is a queen, right? She is empathetic. She's compassionate, right? She understands things. But Queen of Swords is that Uranus in Taurus. It is that, why aren't you listening? You know, when somebody is always coming to you for advice, but they never actually listen to your advice, and then they keep coming back, and eventually you're like, look, this is how things are. Like, you find the sharpest words you can find just to get through their skull, to get them to listen to you. That's where we're at. That's like where the collective energy is. How come nobody's listening? This is what's going on. Let me say it the hardest way possible to get your attention so that maybe you will listen, right? What we're focusing on is the Hierophant. This is that status quo. Where is the status quo holding you back? Where have you been caught up in that status quo for a while? I just realized my air was on the whole time. I hope you guys can hear that. Where is the status quo being a problem? Where do you need to speak up for yourself, right? We're avoiding the Eight of Cups though. So it's not, we don't want to walk away from it yet. Like this is like we're in this space of changing the status quo instead of walking away from it. So just pay attention to where things are feeling off, where they're feeling uncomfortable, what that message is telling you, what changes need to be made. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Pentacles, and I'm noticing that a lot of my readings lately do seem to be going back to the idea of work, the workforce. Our upcoming full moon on Sunday is in the United States 6th house, which is the workforce. So that's just kind of pay attention to that as you're at work today, as you're kind of working with co-workers and bosses and things like that. See where is the status quo keeping you besieged as that Venus in Aquarius, right? Where is it keeping you from being able to grow and reap those beneficial rewards of Venus? Clarifiers for our Queen of Swords here. We have the Sun. And the Two of Pentacles. So this is really shining a light on where that balance needs to happen, the financial balance on top of that. So the energy of it is speaking up for where we need to find that balance. Where are things wrong? Where are things off balance? And there's this energy of speaking up for that for sure. I very much have a feeling that whatever it is that happens tomorrow is more of a information rather than actual event, but like big information, okay? And it's just kind of going to throw a lot of things off, and I feel like this is kind of related to that. Like pay attention to it today so it's not catching you off guard tomorrow kind of energy here. Clarifiers for the Hierophant. Oops. 10 of Wands. That's really tracking right there. One more, please. And the Devil. That makes sense. So, where is the status quo too heavy? Where is it holding you hostage? Where is it keeping you in control? Do you need to find your space and stop like clinging to this? This is, I know I've said this before, when everything started like hitting for me back at the beginning of the year, the only thought that just kept going through my head over and over again was, this is not what we were created for. And I ended up walking out of my job. So really, where is this? This is just the way we have to do things. You just got to follow the rules and do what you're told. It's too heavy. It's holding us back. It's basically holding us hostage here. It's keeping us in chains. And we need to pay attention to that and stop just going with it, okay? We need to stop accepting that this is just the way things are supposed to be, because it's not. This is not what we were created for. Okay, 8 of Cups, 2 of Wands, and that 8 of Pentacles came back. Okay. So, why are we not walking away? We're not going to just do what I did and say, screw this, I'm out. Because we need to make the decision to move forward to change it. We instead of just walking away and doing things on our own. And don't get me wrong, some people need to. Some people need to just start over. It's all individual, right? But like as a collective, we need to make the decision to go back to the drawing board instead of just walking away completely. One thing that bothers me the most about humanity as a whole, but particularly the United States, is this weird thing where like we can never find a middle ground. It's always from one extreme to the other. Here in Albuquerque, they got rid of cash bail. Were the bails that were in place incredibly high and unconstitutional? Absolutely. But to get rid of them completely was a really bad idea, and it's created a lot of problems, right? Because we're always doing this one extreme to the other instead of going, hey, why don't we just, where is it not working? Let's fix the little part where it's not working instead of just completely running away from it altogether. We really need to make sure that we're slowing down with this energy and figuring out what needs to be fixed rather than just abandoning it altogether, okay? Bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles. Everybody's broke. Everybody's tired. Everybody's getting sick because we're broke and tired and working too hard. Everybody has some kind of chronic illness, mental illnesses, anxiety, or just like we're all tired, and it's time to make a change with this, okay? So that's really what's driving the fact that we need to step back and go, hey, this ain't it. We need to fix this. So really pay attention to that as you go through the day. Where are things too heavy? Where is that status quo keeping you in chains, keeping you from moving forward? And where can it be fixed rather than fully abandoned, okay?